Guys, welcome down to another live lesson. I am joined by Peter. Peter, I have been teaching online for, how long has it been?
3-4 months.
3-4 months. He lives in the Czech Republic. He's come over to the UK for a little holiday, dragged his wife up to Bristol and said, you go shopping, I'm going to golf. What a guy, what a guy. That's what happened, wasn't it? Exactly what happened. In today's video, we're going to be talking you through a couple of basically Peter's journey from, what was the handicap?
16.3.
16.3 down to?
12.0.
It's been a good season. A couple of wins along the way?
Yep, couple.
We had a point probably about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, like back-to-back messages, 40 points, 39 points, 40 points. I was like, he's got it, he's cracked it, this is it. How easy is my job when people just go out and practice and do what I tell them to do. So we're going to be talking through basically some of Peter's journey, but also what we've been working on more recently. And one of the main things Peter wanted to try and improve on was compression, ball striking.
Exactly. I feel like when I'm playing, I don't feel like it. I see it. I don't leave any divots, and I also feel like I'm not putting my hips into it. So I think what's maybe spreading the shots a little bit, but also making them shorter than they should be.
So it's kind of more like, it's almost like a bit of a glancing blow, and then if you feel like sometimes your lower body's not really working, the hands start to take over. Hands, one shot go. It's a lot of compensation, and hands go left, or face goes right, hands go left. So there's lots of variables that we want to try and improve on. We've just been to the driving range, so on the screen now you're going to see Peter's golf swing from the driving range. And one of the main things I kind of identified was, as we take the club away from the down the line view, we do get a little bit inside. Face gets a tiny bit open, and what you'll see from the front view is that left hand gets a little bit on the weak side. So left hand gets a little bit under, which if you put the left hand under, what's the natural way for it to want to go during the backswing? It's going to open, which is going to slightly open the face. And you've told me actually you've been working on trying to be a little bit more dominant on that right hand, but when the left hand's a little bit on the weaker side, that's going to win the battle. Okay, so we're going to make a very slight adjustment on his grip to start with. So if you want to come and take your grip, so take your normal grip. And one of the things really is, as he looks down, this little line between index finger and thumb's got to point more up towards the right side of the chest. Okay. Where it was a little bit more underneath. And you can see your two knuckles there. Yeah. So that's a much stronger grip. Now, if you try and get a little bit more right hand dominant on your takeaway now, you should find it easier to square the face up on the takeaway, but also square the shaft up on the takeaway. Yeah. Whereas when you had the hand a little bit more underneath, there we go. Gets a little bit flatter, gets a little bit more open. So that's the first little adjustment that's going to help path, and it's also going to help you with the face. Didn't tell him that on the range. I was waiting for this video, so that's new to him. The second thing from the face on view with the 7-iron, very narrow in the stance. So again, if you get narrow on the stance, you're more likely just to kind of have lots of rotation. You don't get much chance to pressure into your back foot. You don't get any chance to use the ground. So what I said to him, always imagine that your shoulders can fit inside of your feet. Okay? So if you come and take your setup to this golf ball, so slightly stronger grip on that left.
Can I also point out a little bit?
Yeah, you can. So I would always kind of say, imagine the clock face, go 5 past 11 or 10 past 2. Okay, so feet opened up just a touch, allows the hip flexors to be a little bit more open, gives you more ability to have rotation. Stance wise, I want to see a little bit wider still. There you go. Okay,
and the distance from the ball is more
same. Posture's going to kind of dictate your distance from the ball. So kind of just let your arms just hang naturally from the shoulders, directly underneath the shoulders, and then take the grip from there. So that's, to me now, a much more athletic and kind of ready setup position. All right. Now, when you swing up towards the top of the backswing, if you take it up there and stop for me, what you're able to do now, you've got a really nice range of motion in this lower body here, but what you can do, you've got space between this lead hip and the outside of the lead foot to pressure down. I want you to pressure down from this right knee down to the left foot as you move into that transition. There you go. Right. Left hip's over left foot. Left shoulder stays behind the left foot. That is beautiful. Okay. Pressure in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's now giving him more opportunity to compress it. We've squared the face up a little bit. We've squared the takeaway up a touch as well through a grip change. And that's really key. What Peter was working on was absolutely perfect. It was correct, but he wasn't in the position to actually do it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the key things I see a lot with golfers that I do coach is knowledge on a lot of golfers is really good, but going to the root cause is the key. So a little grip change helps with a touch on that takeaway, helps the face. Width of stance now gets you more ready to use the ground. You can get that rotation back, pressure moves on the instep, and then you can pressure down. And this is a great little drill using the back of the left hand, and as you go to the top, I want you to push that down to the toes of your right foot. That's it, and then you're moving that lower body out of the way as well as you're doing so. Really good way of feeling the pressure moving to the lead foot whilst the lower body's rotating and the arms are maintaining path. What's going to happen right now for his very first shot is going to give you a little divot.
Just a quick question, the right hand should be also showing to
both hands together.
Both
yeah,
hands.
yeah. So both hands up to the same shoulder. That's when we know they're bang on working together. Wider stance. There we go. Yeah.
I felt it.
Right, go for it. Pressure.
9 iron.
9 iron. Ball and turf from 140. Oh, that was so pure. On the next shot, I promise to make you aim, but I do that all the time. I'm literally just like talking. I just hit a shot and I go, oh, I'm 50 yards right at the green because I forgot to aim it. So how nice was that strike though? Look at that.
I heard it.
That was
And
just.
that's a divot.
That's a divot.
Yeah.
That clicky little noise. And all we've done, everyone talks about, I want to get more compression. They start getting lag and bowing wrists and all sorts of garbage. Get your setup right. Grip was massively important there. You're going to help by helping you neutralize the face. We take a little bit of spin and loft off it, and also by getting that width of stance, getting that pressure into the lead side, you can feel like your sternum and your lower body just get slightly left of the ball. He's already got a very good swing path because we've worked hard on that. So swing path is not, for me, is not a worry. I'm not worried about him going that way and going over the top. I know he's going to work that way. And if we move the weight down into that lead foot, you can compress it. Oh, that noise was beautiful.
And a quick question, when you explain, I mean, I'm not gonna even think about the grip, but there are two things, right? The knee and then the hand. So should I have a single thought?
With the hands?
Or just hand, or should I think about...
Remember the swing thought you had at the start was perfect.
Yeah.
You just weren't in the right position to do it.
Okay, so
Okay.
aim, yeah?
And I want to say, that swing thought you had at the start was because he watched another video. So if you've not checked the other videos out, go and check them out.
Good.
That's like extracurricular activities. He's watching videos outside of our lessons.
So wider stance before it gets automatic, yeah?
Yeah.
Wider stance.
10 to 2 or 10 past 2 on the feet.
Squeeze the towel.
There you go. Squeeze that towel. Compress. Oh, little draws as well. One of the things we saw with Peter's shot scope data was you were hitting 30% greens in regulation.
36.
36. 35-ish, 32-ish% left and the same right. Yeah. So you literally had a split between fairway, green in regulation, left and right. Yeah. Same applied off the tee as well. Yeah. And that's where if you got a two-way miss, golf becomes extremely difficult.
Yeah, I can confirm that.
Yeah, it does. I'm glad you confirmed it. I wasn't sure. So what I'm hoping to see from his shot scope data in the future is that the greens in regulation just starting to go up, but also the missed side being a little bit more heavy to one side. Yeah. I want, whether it's left or right, I don't really care, as long as it, let's say if it goes 50, like 40, 10. Mm-hmm. So if it's 10% you missed it, you're going to hit the odd shot left or right.
It's easier to correct because you know where
you kind of know where your stats are going to go. And that's the same with kind of hitting the fairways as well. So we're going to be checking out and watching, and I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on his shot scope dashboard to kind of make sure that he's not only inputting his scores, but making sure that the stats are getting better. And that's what stats are so good for. All right, Peter, you've been a legend. You've just struck 2 unbelievable iron shots. You're going to make it 3 in a row just to prove to everybody that I am in fact
No pressure.
that good.
Yeah. But I mean, those first 2 shots,
They were nice, weren't they? They were nice.
they were nice.
So we got slightly stronger in that left hand to help you square the face up a little bit more on the takeaway. Wider
I think
stance, 10 to 2.
The wider stance is also
key.
a little bit of, yeah.
And this goes right
More
down to like
stability.
this is your 9-iron, isn't it? So it's a much
is.
wider stance than
It
what you
feels
used
like
to.
I'm going longer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful stance, athletic stance.
And massively against the wind, right?
Yeah, of course. Oh, so good.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Ball striking. Ball striking. That was class. That was awesome. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Peter,
Thank you for having me.
that
Andy.
is tremendous. That was tremendous. He literally just ticked every box for me. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you next time for another live lesson. See who wants to go next to get some compression, distance, straightness, whatever you need.
Skillest, Andy Carter, check it out.
Didn't even pay him to say that.